We're live. Welcome everybody. Live stream takeover week 179 in a row still. Let me know if you're seeing us, where you're watching from, and the last time your co-host abandoned you for something more entertaining. Matt is delayed tonight. He will be here, although likely going to be the later part of the show. Just got here, just got home, whatever it is. Things have been quite hectic lately. We're getting there though. So it's been some busy times. No time. Well, time to go. Hey, you're on my channel. All those comments should be on his channel that isn't even on right now. Anyway, check in where you're watching from. Say hello. See what's going on. Tonight's topics will be all mail call, mostly Hot Wheels. No, I'm kidding. I do have a good amount of some Hot Wheels. I feel like I should maybe wait until Matt is here, but I don't. Maybe not. Maybe we'll do that in a little bit regardless. But did anybody see, or did everybody see yet, that ProBoat is teasing the Blake Wilkie Shreddy Life jet boat? Looks like that's going to be coming out tomorrow. There was some early teases of it today, but that's going to be Chibs. I did not forget your package. I walked in the door and Nicole went, "What is that?" Because you decorated the box all up. So yeah, what? Yeah, exactly. Blake Wilkie had posted up some little teasers here and there, and ProBoat put out one today showing Blake Wilkie in his full-size jet boat ripping around. So we haven't seen the full release of that jet boat, but that's going to be fun. I don't know why I like jet boats so much. I had done a conversion. I don't know if you guys remember. You used to be able to buy these like toy grade jet boats back in the day. They were called like W something, not WPL, but like WLK or something like that. Someone will have to remember what it was and put it up. But it was a lot of fun to convert, but they were made really poorly. So, K-pop 3D printed boat, now Shreddy jet boat. Yeah, exactly. I saw K-pop's the fully 3D printed one. That was interesting. Super powerful. It looked like it did really well, but I think I would like to buy the ProBoat one. So we shall see there. The line. Yeah. So if any of you guys saw, I did live on the Vanquish channel yesterday. That is going to be a weekly occurrence. Those will be the all Vanquish, all business type live streams every week. They're more of a midday, because I'm doing them while I'm at work. So I have a temporary type setup up there, and it'll get there. It's just like anything. If you guys ever saw the early lives on this channel, they were terrible. And it's not like I'm using almost the same equipment here as I have there. It's literally just about getting everything tuned in to work well and work the same. Plus, I'm setting it up a little bit differently so that if I'm not there, other guys from the shop will be able to handle it, because that's going to be like, hey, this is the shop's live feed. All of us have to do it. Paid to be on YouTube whilst at work. Even the Hollywood are Hollywood. Oh my God. So, yeah. Your radio voice versus this one is hilarious. Oh, my. We'll see how it goes. If the floor at the shop is bare, put some carpet. So I've got sound, like in here, I've got sound deadening panels around me. And I've got the same panels at work, but the configuration of the room. Like right now, I have this studio, like this wall back here is parallel to the wall over there. So I'm like kind of in towards the corner, and that room that I'm in, I'm all the way at the back. So there's just vast open space in front of me. But I'm basically, that whole room, which is bigger than this room, will get converted over to it. So I'll have a proper backdrop like I have here, and I'll have better sound deadening and all of that. So that's what you'll see. You know, a little bit of everything. Did I see on your Instagram story that you're going to do a 4/6 BT Phoenix? Yes. So if you didn't see, I don't know why I have my headphones on. I know exactly why. I don't need my headphones tonight, but when Matt calls, I will need them. So if you saw today, I did another 3D scanner video, which I know most of you didn't see because views on those are to do videos about them for my own, you know, creative outlet. But this is my one of my Phoenixes, Phoenix Eye. You know, blah, 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 sits there. Underneath of this, though, I designed up this, which is a 2JZ engine cover for the front of the Phoenix. And, you know, it's just a fun little project, multicolor. Well, it's multi-piece. You can print it in multicolor if you like. But the mystery audio dropout returns, I've got to figure that out. I cannot. I'm gonna have to redo everything. So anyway, this is a multi-piece design, and the valve cover and the filter element are separate. But I'm going to also do a LS style and then like a 4 or 6 BT. I could shorten it up a little bit and make it a 4, or leave it the same length and make it a 6. I really don't have to change a lot, and I can do that with this design. So I could even just change that top part and then just include that in the original package, or we'll see. So anyway, supports anywhere on the 2J parts. I did run supports on this from the build plate only. That was the way that I did it. What? No Hemi? I mean, we could. I did make a purchase today for a iPad Pro, which I have never personally owned an iPad. Nicole has had a couple, and I've had tablets outside of Apple. But I wanted an iPad Pro specifically because I want to try some of like the CAD and illustration programs that are made for that, which are more outside of what I typically do. So I want to try and go through that, see what I can learn, see if it's something that maybe entices people to try it versus what I'm normally showing, which may seem outside of what they're comfortable with. So we're gonna try it out. We'll see how that goes. I did get the pencil. The pencil was required basically for the programs that I want to try. So I feel like I am not artistic at all. It's not my strong point. I have an engineering style mindset, and even like my engineered designs, I don't feel often look very good. It's just, I don't like trust me, I like the things that I do way less than most of you, and even if you don't like me, I still like what I do less. Artistic. Yeah, Nicole calls me a little artistic all the time. I don't know what she means, but Samsung makes better tablets. I have a Samsung tablet, and I have a Microsoft Surface, but none of them are going to be able to do like what I'm looking for, or they maybe don't do it as Apple-ish. And there's, you know. So, yes, I got the thing. I didn't get the Magic Keyboard yet. Ben is in here. He did tell me that I need it. I didn't do it. I'll spend that money later. So, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe that will, again, have some sort of pushed. As much as I like CAD, I know people are not willing to dive in the same way that I am, and I'm going to do anything I can to try and make people get into CAD. Just printed the engine on my newly opened Bamboo. Yes, I watched the video also. Well, thank you for watching the video and for getting the engine. If you want the engine files, are on my website, harleydesigns.com, in case you know. So Matt quit or what? I think he's technically got some sort of work thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that was that part of my day. The rest of my day is, work. A light bright would be better. I did like me some light Etch-a-Sketch light. I think with the Etch-a-Sketch, I never really drew pictures because, again, not very good at that. I think I would just like try and go around and around and around, like try and make the ever decreasing like analog snake. It's basically what I did with an Etch-a-Sketch. Like up, oh no, right, left. Matt is secretly drifting. Isn't this a work thing for Matt? You would expect. Etch-a-Sketch was not for kids with ADHD. I could draw a mean square on an Etch-a-Sketch. I could draw a square-ish and usually have like a little tail in one corner at least as I went the wrong way. Oh, nope, don't, other way. I drew Etch-a-Sketch boobies. That's talent. It's quite talented. I'm too linear. Everything I create has very straight lines. That's how I think as well. I'm like, I can add a mean fillet. You get a straight line, I'm like, oh, round that over a little bit. Perfect. What CAD software do you plan on trying for the iPad? I want to be ready for your Sunday how-to videos on it. So I think the first one I'll try is going to be like Shaper 3D. It seems to be kind of one of the leading CAD style softwares for the iPad Pro. You can get it for free, or they have paid versions. So that's the route that I'm going to go. Or at least I think at this point. I don't know CAD, but just started using Tinkercad last week, and now I want to learn Fusion. Tinkercad is pretty limited, but a great gateway. Yes, and I think that's if you can let yourself do that, like play around with Tinkercad for a minute, be like, oh, I like this, and then immediately jump to Fusion. It's a great idea, because if you stick to that Tinkercad style, you'll limit yourself. So like jumping over is good. Why use CAD on an iPad when you have a computer? A number of reasons. For me, there's a couple of things I want to. I'm trying to use it as like a lower barrier to entry for people who may have an iPad at home already. Be like, hey, try it here. See how you like creating something. I think that will be interesting. I also would like to try and learn kind of some more like conceptual sketching, but almost like just for to play around with a little bit and learn a little bit. Maybe it will help me with other projects. I also feel like I like to draw, but I just feel like I'm not very good at it. There's a number of reasons. Also, I'm going to be on the couch for 3 or 4 days, and that sounds like madness to me. So I'm like, hey, here is a great opportunity to dive in, learn something new. He's doing it for all mankind. I use 360 every day, but I still prefer SolidWorks. It's funny because I use both every day as well. I guess I don't always use SolidWorks every day, but I use 360 so much now that there's a lot of things that I actually prefer Fusion 360 for now. But a lot of the things in general, I still lean towards SolidWorks, especially for like larger assemblies and checking motion, things like that. SolidWorks for me. The Procreate is a nice software for sketches and digital art type stuff. Ashton, that's exactly the other one that I want. Those are the two programs at this point that I'm like, I would like to pick up these two. Procreate, which is just a funny name, and Ironic, because I'll be on the couch for the exact opposite of that reason. Are you finally going to see Dr. Snip? I was actually supposed to go tomorrow, and I had a pre-consult or just a consult, whatever, on Monday. And I walked in, had the meeting. They're like, oh yeah, you can't take any ibuprofen or aspirin up to 7 days before the thing. I was like, Nobody told me that. And they're like, oh, do you already have this scheduled? I'm like, yeah, for Thursday. Like, oh, yeah. So we had to push it back just a week, though. 1 week. So I feel like, I'm like, this is not a rush. This is not an emergency. If it needs to be pushed, let's push it. Because not trying to have any complications. So, just what do you use as a power source when you're anodizing? So anodizing titanium is the only anodizing that I've done, so that's what I assume you're talking about. I just have a variable voltage and amperage power supply that plugs into the wall. It was from Amazon. I don't remember how much it cost. To test electronics and such. So I bought it for work, but I don't remember much beyond that. Bags of frozen peas will be your friend. Yes, exactly. Audio's gone. I honestly have no explanation, but you know what? I wonder if this is... I think that I've had this scanner plugged in both nights when I had this issue. Let's see if it happens again now that I've unplugged it. We'll see. Okay. Don't let them... There's a cable somewhere that's pulled out just enough. I'm thinking that I might be having like a USB driver issue, and I think that maybe having that high power scanner plugged in could be causing an issue. Let's see. I got an idea. Turn it on back off again. Maybe restart. I've restarted since, but that thing has been plugged in the whole time. We shall see. So. You need at least 5 more USBs plugged in the computer. So I actually have a separate PCIe USB 3.0 card in the computer because there's so many USB things for this. I've got secondary webcam, my audio interface, Stream Deck, 2 capture cards, had that 3D scanner, a USB keyboard, USB mouse. Is that it? There's probably more things. Your PC heard you talking about the iPad. Now it's vibrating game chair. Does Vanquish use 360? No, Vanquish uses SolidWorks. So 360 is just something I personally use. Nobody else at the office uses it. And it's funny because we get Fusion 360 included with some of our other Autodesk products at work because Autodesk owns everybody, and they own a lot of stuff in the machining world specifically. Yeah, we use Mastercam for CAM, and then we use it's like a post-processor type thing, and it's called CamPlete, and that fully simulates everything much more than what Mastercam has for simulation built in. So you take things out of your Mastercam, which CAM is like CAD, but it's the actual tool path writing for things. And then you take it into CamPlete, and it fully does the simulation, does some other stuff. Not something I do personally. So you can do CAM and SolidWorks too. You can, but it's not up to par on some of these other ones. But anyway, so yeah. Vanquishing the swimmers. How many Mastercam pleats do you have? 2, I think, is the right answer, regardless of what you are talking about. Mastercam better than Fusion's Cam? and smaller shops, things like that. But Mastercam is like the gold standard. There's audio's gone again. Well, wasn't the scanner. Let's try that thing. I'm not using NVIDIA Broadcast. Only going away for a second or two. It's so annoying. I don't know what else it could be. I'll update everything and go from there. I don't know. It's super annoying. There's a kitty chewing on a wire. We'll see. It just sucks. I was like, oh, it's going to be that scanner. That's for sure it. But regardless, that is some of what's going on. So I don't know if you'll see, I don't know when you'll see, anything with an iPad for CAD. I also do want to see how it works with 3D scanning. Like if I can bring 3D scanning data into it, play around with a little bit, which I'm pretty sure you can, because people are like taking and doing LiDAR scans with the iPad Pros and then designing in there off of it. So I'm like, okay, well, I should be able to do something very similar with scan data then. So I really enjoy the 3D scanning stuff. I'm just like, I know you guys will like this. You can do this. Try this out. I have another 3D scanner on the way right now. It's funny. I did one 3D scanning video on a scanner that I bought, and now they, want to send them. I'm like, I really like it, but I don't need this many. If you can import 3D scans, it'd be awesome to smoothing with the pencil. Oh, that is interesting. Would beat Mesh Mixer with a mouse. That is true. I think that would be nice for some of those things. That'll be interesting. Do Android tablets have better scanning software support? I believe that like some of these scanners are made to work with a mobile device, which means Android phones, probably Android tablets as well. But like this one actually has Wi-Fi 6 wireless. So I don't think that you even have to have it plugged directly in. So this one has, I guess this one might work with iOS as well. I'm not 100% sure, or maybe it will in the future since it's wireless and not plugged. But it's never been like my direction of wanting to push things to go away from, using a PC. But so, I have a lot to learn, of course. He installs the same lights as my local. Speaking of lights, speaking of other projects, we'll just keep downloading future projects to you guys that I have coming up and need a little bit of direction on. So I've got a laser cutter here, which you guys had seen on a mail call like briefly before, and I've got to get a video done on it. And kind of like the 3D scanners, it's been really hard for me to come up with a video idea that I'm like, okay, I need to show 3D scanning, but also it'd be nice to somehow still possibly interest my audience, which I don't do a great job at because those videos don't do very well. But I still try and relate them to the channel somehow. Thus the tactical radio, thus that engine cover, and now I have this laser cutter to do. Hemistorm did a great job where he did like that FMS and he made the little wood bed for the back. And I'm not obviously going to capture him, or capture him. I've got 3D scanners on the brain. I'm not going to copy him. Capturing him sounds way better though. I'm gonna go kidnap Hemistorm. But I need a project to come up with for that laser cutter. I don't want to do just like generic truck stands because I think that's a little maybe too easy. Can you cut carbon with the laser cutter? No, I don't believe so. It's only like a 20 watt. So you're looking at like acrylic, wood, probably other stuff, but I don't 100% know. So my thought was though, was to do a little like live, on air or live sign. I have that one, but I want to do like the kind of traditional one, but I'm like, that doesn't really apply to the channel as much, other than the fact that I do live videos, and so I don't know. It's maybe a what will it cut video. I mean, not a terrible idea, Bart. Not a bad idea at all. Other than the possible fire hazard that I'm creating. Opening soon, Harley's tattoo removal. Try cutting just do it full strength and just line up materials and see what it does as it goes across. What will it cut is a great idea. It's not bad at all, Bart. Why do engineers think they know it all and can do anything? Got an engineer at work who is going to learn next week that they cannot. And I can do anything. How about a camper kit? We have talked about something like that. Will it etch into metal? It'll etch. It depends on the coating that is on the actual item, but it will, like, if you have an anodized sound die. I have a random USB plugged in. Let's see if that does anything. Just kick it. So annoying. iPad, what's next? A Mac? I actually run a MacBook Pro, like, as my work laptop. Because I have a work PC, and then I have a work laptop. Our, like, internal design and, machining, all that stuff, that is a separate system, not tied to our, internet. It's very walled off, secure, has no access to internet, which is the way we like it. Luckily, it's not a bad drop, just fun infuriating you. What will it cut could be a weekly show that I think we'd all watch. I feel like I would need to be like keep upping my laser game, because at some point it's gonna be like, this thing doesn't cut a whole lot. It only cuts like this wood and this paper and this acrylic, and this starts on fire. How thick of a steak will it cut? Can you cook chicken? Will it cook? Can you please laser a lipo? That's small, real small one, I've got this one here, but it's dead. As you can see, it's written on, dead. Any fruit ninja, yeah. Future ninja. Because laser, right? There's my title right there, Future Ninja. I wish I had an iPad to write that sketch on. 5 years laser cutting a house in half with this laser. Just handheld. It's gonna do it like one of the lightsabers from Star Trek. You could do your own vasectomy. I won't get into the rest. So yeah, the laser in general. I can definitely come up with I have plenty of projects, things that I can do, things that I know I can cut with it, and I can design and make easily. The only hard part is coming up with things that I think apply to the channel a little bit more. We'll see. That would be a ball activity. What did I miss? Oh, just inappropriate comments and discussions of what and how to do for future upcoming projects that I've got coming up. But we'll get there. just getting on. Where's the other half? Matt will be here in about 30 minutes. Yes, roughly. He was delayed with, I believe, a work thing. I could be making that up. I just know that we knew about this one like weeks ago that he wasn't going to be here. So, but speaking of Matt not being here, we should just do mail call already. I got fun stuff. For those of you that... so, this one, I don't know who sent me this one. I can't remember. But it's... this one came from Chibs. Well, some of this came from Chibs. There's the box and some of the things in it. These are the ones that actually came from Chibs. So he sent me a Falcon Edition Supra, which is quite sick. The guys at work were very jealous. And then we have 3 orange Porsches. Porsches are my absolute focus at this point, but the fact that there's 3 orange Porsches makes it even better. 2 934 turbos and 1 935. Big wing. And lastly, I think that this one came from Brandon, but I don't remember if this one was... I think Brandon gave me this one and I just put it in the same box. I don't know. Chibs, you will have to confirm. But, so, we'll take the 3 orange Porsches, put them back. Then, I got this one. This one came today. And this is a Greenlight, which I've seen at some of the shows before, like the NERSA show. But this is a Greenlight Jeep Gladiator. And it's super detailed. It's got like a bull bar on there, a roof rack, like a lot of depth to the bed. And it's Falcon Edition. And we're going to cut through this real quick. I think, God, I have to remember now. I think that this one came from Jeremy Burris. Pretty sure, and I'm going to feel real bad if I screwed that up, but I'm pretty sure it was Jeremy Burris. So I have to go back to my Instagram messages. But it's also way bigger than like the normal Hot Wheels size. But again, it's so detailed. Looks so sick. So, anyway, it's got a separate hood line. It doesn't open, but comparing it size-wise, like, it's significantly bigger, but probably like to scale or real close. But the detail on it, the big tires lifted up, is extra sick. Hey, Jeremy Burris is in here. Thank you again, Jeremy. Much appreciated. Thank you, Chibs, as well. Again, I appreciate them. And this one's super cool, as well as, of course, orange Porsches, my absolute favorite. So yeah, we've got 3 orange Porsches and 3 Falcon liveries. This one came from Mr. Landscape. And there's some Hot Wheels in this box as well. But he also sent me a shirt from, I think he is, what did he tell me he was in Instagram messages today? ADK Scalers or ADK RC, which I think is for Adirondack. Oh, it says it on the goddamn shirt. I'm pretty sure that he goes by ADK RC Crawlers. I hadn't looked at the shirt yet. So, much appreciated. Nailed it. And then in here, there's some Hot Wheels as well. Oh, another one of those dub edition slammed Escalades. And most importantly, another Porsche. This one is an older casting, I think. It's an all metal. 1974? Like, all metal base. That's pretty rad. And 3 others in here with some stickers. What is this guy here? Like an old prototype style Porsche? It doesn't say on the bottom of these older ones. But that, I believe, oh, this one's got like a rear opening hatch. Super sick old style. And an old, what Ferrari is this? What? Dang it, again, it doesn't say. But anybody know what Ferraris, know their Ferraris? Because I'll call it just like a 250 GTO, and I'm positive that I'm wrong. So, super sweet. Thank you, Mr. Landscaping. Testarossa. Yeah, definitely a Testarossa. But, oh, I did get one. I have one here that's actually for Matt that I have to send him. And that is the Liberty Walk Lamborghini. This one, the rear bumper comes off, the rear glass comes off, the detail inside of it is super sweet. I have to send this one to Matt. I should open it before I send it to him and just send him the car and be like, suck on that. He'll open it. He better. And then this one came today. The Deutschland Designs 959 Porsche. Pretty sweet. Open it for him. I know, just take that little bit of satisfaction away from him. You're all bad people too. So, everything else that's it. Other stuff for mail call, still can't show it. It's been one of those weeks or so. Just have a lot of stuff to try and get done. I think the USB stick was the problem. We'll see. I think Jeremy Burst's just trying to jinx me by saying that USB drive was causing the issue. She could be right, but new RC. The one delivery for this week was, yes, one this week was. Tomorrow you'll see a new release, but there's an interesting conundrum. Do I put out the video release tomorrow without the run footage, or am I a day late and put it out with the run footage? Because the running that I've got done is not going to work. So I can send them an email and say, hey, I am either going to be a day late, but at this point, we'll see. So, was NQD the RC jet boat? Yes, NQD was the jet boat I was talking about. Darwin, thank you. NQD. That was the one that we used to get and convert. And so, put it out now. Put it out without the footage. Without is fine. So just bench footage. That's all it's going to be. I mean, I can. It's... What was the long box from last week? Oh. Those are things that we don't talk about on this channel. Just, we keep everything more, less controversial. bench footage as long as you tell us how it runs. Well, I didn't do that because I filmed it before the running. I have to go refilm the running is the problem. Put it out tomorrow without, then Friday release running footage. Yeah, I could do that. That might be the way. I'm just going to have to go. By the way, the two prototype looking cars are from the Speed Fleet. I'm going to have to look them all up tomorrow regardless. ADK. But yeah. Yeah, well, I'm still going to have to edit it a little bit because in the video, I'm like, all right, now we're going to go to the run footage. No, we're not. Time to refilm the outro. Yeah, I have two options there. Do I refilm, try and make sure the shelves look similar, find out, I'll go back and figure out what shirt I wore, put it on, you know. Night driving after the stream. I'm just worried about image quality because that was a consideration. Now to the run footage. Psych. Yeah. just show the like corrupt, unusable run footage. Yeah. I need like one of those super expensive cameras with dual SD card, the whole thing. Yeah. So we may just, I can maybe adjust the outro. That's that's gonna be an interesting thing. Either way, I got something to do. Thomas Bielzik, thank you again. Oh crap, I missed one. I missed 3 super chats somehow. It all popped up on my activity screen now when I saw Thomas popped up. First of all, I'll go back. Kevin Nugent, thank you very much. Sorry. Thanks for the scanner review. Much appreciated. Jumped on the early bird promo package. Can't wait. I think you'll really like this one. They've come so far since I first started doing it. I think that this Revo Point the software is really good. You have to have patience with any of these, but the software on this one really, I've had good luck with it. So I'm enjoying that. Then Joker510714, thank you. Acrylic beadlocks and rings for VP wheels. That sounds awfully brittle. I would have a lot of concerns there. And then Thomas Bielzik, thank you. The new Tuesday stream by Vanquish Products makes me feel like magma is building, and I like it. Well, it's something that we've been talking about a long time. The catalyst for it is because we got another warehouse. We needed more room, and we had a warehouse that was now separated from machines enough that I was like, hey, it won't sound like we're filming inside of a blender anymore, so we could use this space. And so I talked him into it, got a new PC, and now I just have to actually put the studio together. Again, I feel like I am so unartistic that I have like one style in my, like I can come up with an idea, but like this is my only idea. And now I'm just like, all right, I got to do another one. What do I do? I'm like, I can make it look just like mine. Or not, but I got to figure it out. So now what? I don't know. I like dark behind me though. I just like that look. Matt likes bright. It's a sign of our, or what would you call it? A metaphor for our personalities. I am super, yeah, yin and yang, but good, yin and yang, the twins. Isn't it yin and yang? Yin and yang was the twins, or is it I don't know how that goes. Please, somebody educate me. Did you have Matt paint the backdrop on that, or was that digital? No. That is from Amazon, and it is literally like high school photo backdrop. And I was like, yes, we are doing this one. I was like, this is going to be excellent. The twins from Men in Black? Or the twins from Austin Powers? Or Gray Tone Studios always look good. Yeah, I just have to. Hot Wheels and employee builds on the wall behind. Yeah, trust me, we have plenty of those. My office is full of it. If I could transfer some of that to that building, that would be fantastic. And then I could fill my office up even more somehow. You need a Glamour Shots backdrop. That's basically what that is. Like, I just feel like I should be standing like this behind it, like looking up. What was, I don't know how old all of you are, but for myself, being about 40, or being 40 exactly, the like junior high, early high school thing was for all the girls to go do Glamour Shots, and they all had like, they wore like the jean jacket with the red, white, and blue stripes on it. Was that a thing anywhere else, or just in the Midwest? Were they like 10 years behind everybody else? Or Glamour Shots by Deb? Your mom goes to college. Joker Pie 10714. Thank you, sir. It was good to watch a VP channel stream. Maybe series of VP history. Wheel designs, maybe. Could be cool to see. I can offer my... It would be interesting to see if how much of it I could dig up. We are historically real bad at having like the history, like an item of each style, old wheels, things like that. I mean, we probably did have one style of each, and at some point, I mean, the amount of things that I've scrapped there would make so many of you just literally puke. But it's one of the things, like, you don't know if the parts were good or what. Probably not going to make it after all. Matt is canceling plans on us. He walked in the restaurant, saw us, and went, nope, not for me. Sticking us up. That's okay, Matt. I'm glad we got mail call out of the way already and didn't wait. Mattless again, I know. So, either way, the whole part, it is really pretty interesting to work in the industry. I had asked that question on the Scale News. Was it this? Did I ask this week? I think it was this week. And Matt's hanging out with Randall. Yeah, they're trying to get all the technical stuff worked out. Open his Lambo. I should open your Lambo, Matt. This week was about working in the industry. That's right. It was only like 2 days ago, but it still seems like a week ago to me. The people, like, I was like, working in the industry and all this, and if you could, you can't, but if you could, just share all of the things that you learn and see and know about it, it'd be not bad. It's a great industry, and it's a lot of fun. It's just, you can't, you get me and you'll like it. Randall with the ham. What does that? Matt bailing on the father-son game again. We want a new dad. Sound has been... Should we plug the USB back in and see if that starts cutting out again? All the BP stream was missing is some Z Cavaricis. Some Jabot There's some Jinkos. Yes, plug it back in. All right, we're going to plug this back in. Let's see. This is scientific test data. This Friday Night Live comes early. I know I'm going to have to come up with another show in a few days to talk about nothing. Take your headphones off, Dort. Shut it, wife. I was waiting for Matt to call, but now he said that he's not, so audio gone, stream crashes. I was waiting for Matt to call, and now, again, he said he's not going to, so I guess I could have taken them off, but point it out, make me look. Anyway, I didn't have a monitor going or anything like that, so. Who has seen the mid-engine Mustang? I have not. Is that supposed to be a thing? That seems weird. The extras you had made for the twin hammer were nice. The way you had the machines welded in it should bring the welds back. Yeah, I mean, the twin hammer, I think we just used the SCX 10-1 rear axle. So, but they did have the welded, the machined welds in there. It would be interesting to bring those back. I don't think that everybody appreciated them the same way. Some people thought it was bad machining. Like, we'd actually get emails about the bad machining marks. It's like, the S650 front end looks good. I do like the S650. They did a good job on this last one. I would love to have a dark horse. So would she. But she doesn't get one because she says rude comments. The work stream background could be a giant blueprint of the Ripper. I just got to figure out how to make that happen. I'll figure it out. I'll come up with something. I'll sketch some things up on my new tablet. You guys are like Spy versus Spy. I kind of remember Spy versus Spy, but Ripper 2 CAD backer. Just going to start with a little piece of it, and then it's just every week. And by the time you finally get to it, we'll release it. It's a pretty bad idea. You need a live board like Weather People. The problem is that whenever I drag my other coworkers onto the stream, I got to figure out who's getting drug on there first, because that's going to be the fun part. We've got Brandon, Fam, Ripper Machinist, Steve, Dan, all viable people. Dan is he's like dragging a squirrel that fell out of a tree onto a live. But do a poll. Maybe I'll do it on that stream. We'll make that stream have a poll. Oh no, I'm late. Our mom and dad finally get. Matt is preoccupied with, I believe, a work issue. DK, we don't have that position filled anymore. It was filled by a different position. And so that the name of that position no longer exists. Start with the newest person first. I don't think you want to do that. For one, like the newest people, they're like, what are we making here? What are they for? Like, there's only a handful of people there that actually know the newest person is pretty into RC now, like since he got there. Like, so we've got him hooked. We've got him hooked pretty good. He would be a good one for the stream as well, though. That's an interesting idea. So he's another Mike. He could be brought on for sure. Because he's new, he's experiencing it, he's playing around, he's tuning, he built a rock course at his house, he's just diving in. So he would be a good option as well. Joker 510714. You going to the comp at the pools? Should I try to drive up? Approximately 2-hour drive from me. Sporty, good for that area. Alex, the terrain is fantastic. However, I will not be there because it is 2 days. I will be sitting with bags of frozen peas at that time still. So I will not be pushing it to make it to that one. So no can do. The Sporty is excellent for that area though. So just so you know, if you want that area, if you go watch the Falcon RTR video that I did, that is at the spot where the comp was held. So no pain threshold. I'm just not trying to, induce any extra swelling. I mean, a little bit would be all right, but no. Snip. Yep. Yeah, So icing the berries with peas. Why is it that they say frozen peas? I don't understand. I don't get why that versus just like an ice pack or frozen corn. Like frozen peas can form. Okay. That's the only reason? Interesting. They are cheap and very conformal. Like corn niblets? Those aren't cheap. And can you buy frozen corn niblets? I don't know. They'll keep your iPad cool. No one wants to eat them after anyway. I love peas. I tried corn. It didn't seem to stay cool as long. The thermal density. Yeah. Either way. Yes, right next to the peas. Corn keeps popping. Okay, we're taking it back out. See if it cuts out for the rest. If that's it, the scientific method is complete. Did you find that USB in a public place? It came in the mail. It just said free USB. It was specifically addressed to me. And yeah, I mean, it's just a cheap one, but you always need a USB around. So the RC 4-wheel drive flash drive. But seriously, no, I didn't just get a random USB. Free from the NSA. I don't think they need this. They have everything they need on me. Plus the, let's see, 2, 3, 5, 6, 6 hours a week I'm on a live stream. Must have came in the RC 4-wheel drive mystery box. Ooh, lazy RC 4-wheel drive logo on that. I should check that there's nothing on here I need. You never know. IRS flash drive. Any of the 3 letters, you don't want to mess with. Not somebody I'm trying to have around. Just pay my taxes. I don't cheat. Since Matt isn't here, can we get Horizon Hobby NASCAR talk instead of F1? Let's see. Let's put a poll up here because I have questions about NASCAR, and I wonder, is NASCAR talk okay? Let's see what the community, how the community stacks up, because F1 talk is not good. Real low. So I'm just going to be interested to see how this I mean, I have a guess. I have a question. Why? What gives you the right? Oh, it's not, honestly, it's not looking much better on the NASCAR. It's looking a little better on NASCAR. But not a lot better, I'll say. If NASCAR, then RC Pro. Yeah. Without getting into like a lot, I was just surprised. I have not followed NASCAR in 7 or 8 years, probably. And I had no idea the diversity of races that they had started having with like the Roval races. I mean, I saw the one that was in Detroit this year, or Chicago maybe. I don't know where it was, but I knew that one happened. But I mean, they're really mixing it up. I was very surprised. I'd rather talk about the TF3. I'll be honest, I watch NASCAR for the wrecks. I mean, yeah, I mean, I definitely used to as well. It's so... I think I enjoyed getting into F1 so much more because it's so easy to follow. There's 20 drivers, there's 10 teams, you know, there's the winner, the points go down, 1st through 10th. Like, it's pretty easy to follow in general. NASCAR's got like stages and bonuses and the winner of this part and then that part and then this. And I'm just like, what is going on? It feels like there's 15 mini games going on, and then it's like, oh, mandatory caution, and then brr. It's IMSA. Oh, IMSA racing is good too. I don't watch IMSA like. I catch more like clips and things like that of IMSA racing. I mean, everybody saw the. What was it? Was it a Supra and an M4 that got together this year, or, you know, where the one went over top of the other? Someone correct me of what the. I think one was an M4, but I don't remember. Bristol on dirt is good for everything but now. Oh, really? I was like, I saw the NASCAR race on dirt, and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty interesting. The drifting, I'll watch a little bit of Formula Drift. I don't mind that. I think it's an interesting format, which I don't hate. NHRA is killer. I can watch drag racing anytime, but I personally prefer more like, I won't say street cars, but like what they're calling street cars these days. Like this is a street car, you know, like 6 seconds doing a 590 or whatever. You know, like the, you know, Cletus and them, like those type, that kind of like, you know, Street Outlaws was never something I super got into. It was always interesting. I again, it's racing, drag racing, so I enjoy it. But like, I wish that it was just more like, this is a 5-second race. Just don't make the 5-second race 45 seconds. I get that it's TV though. So like, you know, whatever. Football. That's my wife. She watches football. I don't watch a whole lot of football. Did you see what Travis Kelce did? Like, I didn't. But I also want them to win. So basically anything 1320 does. 1320, yeah, that's like that. I'm from Omaha as well, where 1320 was originally from. So like when I was like in that kind of street racery age is when like 1320 was first starting to kick off. Parrish, if I don't, has anybody been watching 1320 enough to remember Parrish? Because he was friends with one of the guys that I worked with, so it was always interesting, like getting to see all that. But that's a pretty old reference. That's like the days of that. I don't even know if they were shooting on digital. Parrish 4x4 Silverado that ran everything. That's the one. That was like that legend truck at that time. Maybe Matt should have a cardboard cutout in the split screen. You know, when I was gone, Matt had the split screen. He had, you know, Travolta from Pulp Fiction over there. I was going to try and be clever, but I'm not as clever as Matt. So, the football needs less helmets. You know, football is, I don't mind watching football. I don't. I can follow it. I can spend a few hours watching a game, but I'm not going to I'm not going to watch the Chiefs play and then go watch other teams that I don't care about even more play. I'll watch this game. I'll watch those people. So, anyway, there is our, we're right at 50% for NASCAR talk. It's pretty interesting. MMA fights are worth it. I used to watch more MMA. I haven't watched much in quite a while. It used to be like such an event for us, and I think that was why I watched it at the time, is that it was just like, there's a fight, so let's all get together. And now it's just like, I think there's a fight every single weekend. And so I just like, when it was an event and we'd get together and watch them, that was great. Non-YouTuber boxing. All the old guys like NASCAR. I mean, I don't, their fandom is having World of Outlaw. Dirt takes so much more skill. I mean, I don't know that the dirt guys are like better racecraft drivers than, say, NASCAR. I mean, definitely not F1, but we know that. However, it is its own skill, and it is super rad. I do like watching some dirt racing. Dirt racing is what I like. That was the only tracks I ever grew up going to. We had a track in Scribner, Nebraska, which was, and then we had another one that was like, oh man, where was it? I think it was called like Eagle Raceway or something like that. I don't remember, something like that, somewhere around the Omaha area growing up. And those were the two like dirt tracks that we went to. Then there was one not too far from where I lived in Kansas City. I think it was Lakeside Speedway. I don't think there was a lake. There was the river nearby, but it's still called Lakeside. David Ferris, thank you. Thanks for sharing the TGH link tool. You're welcome. That is a game changer. And this poll, where are we at? Lakeside's still running. Look at that. 50-50, 192 votes. That's pretty fun. Get a hold of a network and televise an RC comp series. I don't know how interesting you could make it. That's actually the problem even with full-size rock crawling, is that it's not super interesting to, like, it's a lot of boring with a few moments of pretty awesome. It's a lot of fun to be in. It's not as much fun to watch without things getting crazy. So, yeah. I mean, there was early mid-2000s, there was some more televised, but there was like, that was when stuff was big drops, big climbs, people were getting hurt, stuff was crazy. Danger Ranger talk only. Do we have a Danger Ranger that Bristol this? When is Bristol? I don't know. Yeah, we do have Danger Ranger stuff. See if Motor Trend would host it. I made it before Matt. Yeah, Eric. Matt tuned in and let us know that he wasn't going to make it. Needs landmines. No. No fights in the pits. No bleed. No lead. It would have to be teams. Drama Train like Moonshiners or the Reality Arts. Yeah. I think that's kind of, there isn't the drama that there needs to be. And RC racing is not interesting enough to get publicity either. I don't know. I don't know how interesting it is to like just watch like a tire get real close to a tennis ball. Probably not that interesting. But I don't find RC racing to be any more interesting. Like, just show flying cars on TV every week. Yeah, exactly. Let's just make it the PBS movie of the week and get all the kids into jumping their house. It's the first stepping stone. You want to be a big jumper? RC racing drama would be them fighting over who gets to help the new guy set up his car properly. You know what? I think that there was less of that in actual racing rather than drifting. When Fiske LSU racing was pretty fun. That was a pretty crazy scene at the time too. And anytime the scale goes up, the drama or interesting parts of it go up as well. So I could see that. Show them all throwing remotes, cheater accusations, overproduced sound effects. Yeah. The V8 sounds happening over top of the RC cars. Like, that's not how they sound. Batteries blowing up everywhere. Oh, God. Just got here. Can you start over? The King of RC could be a weekly show. Yeah. Just Tony in here, just catching stuff on fire, causing a ruckus. One day, we'll all be big. We'll show them, like, see, we knew this was cool way before you. I wouldn't hold your breath, but calling in the Eagles. Yeah, exactly. He's just got his leather glove on. It's around here somewhere. I trained it. Just wait. Just wait for it. Show's over. Beyond that, RC rock crawling competitions. I think the only thing that can make it interesting is if people like fell off the course or something like that. Winch lines cut someone's finger off. Get my dad in there as a stunt double. I race oval in the winter. Another big bore fest to watch. That's the thing. Like, we can all understand that, like, we all enjoy this and we can spend time watching it even. But how interesting it is for others to watch is less so. Any progress on the mower? I have not made any more progress on the mower. I hope to get back to it. I was kind of mentioning before, things have just been nuts. So I just haven't had the time to sit down and design. I've either been, working on a project, editing a project, a number of other things, like just behind the scenes, trying to get things going and done. We'll see. But I will get back to it. I had lined up a sponsor for the project, and I had an email with them last night. I'm just like, hey, FYI, I am super busy at the moment, and I'm if you still want to do this, that's great, but I'm going to have to push it back. So, Josh, a VP Pro Moto brake caliper piston. Get on it. I haven't actually looked at that part on mine. So far, mine hasn't had any issues, but I need to do some more running. Hopefully, maybe I could piggyback that. It gets sticky. That makes sense. I haven't been running mine in dirt though. We've been running ours on concrete, so, or asphalt specifically. What does this say? Do a product design series where you show all the behind the scenes stuff, or behind the scenes vlog style of just this general stuff at the shop. It's something that I would like to do, and even the rest of the guys at the shop are on board for it. But it's one of those things, like, it's this mix of like what we feel like we should show or can show, not can, but like what we should and what we shouldn't. You know, there's a lot of things that go into machining parts, and some of the things that you come up with are just an idea that you have that you hopefully are doing better than somebody else or what else is available. So it's like, if you show that, you give that away. You give away any advantage that maybe you did have. So it's tough. His sponsor is Bird's Eye Frozen Peas. Seriously, like I mean, you can eat the peas afterwards. It's gonna be fine. But I want to see the giant bin of barely used hardware. So I changed my desk because I put the power desk in here, and because it used to sit right there, but it's not there anymore because it used to sit on the shelf that was on that leg, but it's not there anymore, and I don't remember where I would have put it. So, oh, not the USB. Dang it. Thought we had it. The USB has Bluetooth. I guess didn't drop there. It dropped for some, not for others. I haven't dropped any data on the actual stream side of this. So, I don't know. Nord from Nord gives new meaning to the word mushy peas. No audio drops, no audio drops. I couldn't tell you then. This whole thing is a mystery. I'll just unplug everything, plug it all back. I guess I could swap out USB cables to new ones. I don't know what to do. It was your noise reduction. I've got that stuff off. I'm not running through that program at all anymore. But, it has dropped for me, just not this time. Just changed to the highest quality, maybe a YouTube issue. That's what we thought the issue possibly was on Friday, was a YouTube issue. And I think people were having the same issue. They just turned it to the high quality side on YouTube and it worked fine. I don't know. Just an excuse to get a new computer. I know. I do need to build a new one for in here. I just have to do it. There's a million projects. Everything requires money. Money is expensive. Have you seen how much money costs? Whew. It's a lot. Blames everyone but himself. I'm first to take blame for things that might not even been me. But I'm like, it was probably me. I don't know. Maybe I did it. I just did a tech refresh on mine, Ryzen 7 7700X, and a truckload of RAM. It's very, very nice. Yeah. I have to decide. I think I might go back to Intel in here. So, ditch NVIDIA, go red. 0 issues with 6900 XT after switching from a 2080. I mean, I could at this point, although, I mean, I used to, like, for my editing PC, I need NVIDIA because it is what works with Premiere Pro on the native rendering side. In here, though, I don't do video editing. I ran an RTX in here because I used to run NVIDIA Broadcast, which maybe I need to update so that it works better. I don't know. Maybe I'm having other issues that I'm unaware of. Just speaking of all the tech side and new computers, some of you are probably into the tech side, and I'm sure if you are into YouTube tech, you've seen so many of the videos about LTT, LMG, and Gamers Nexus going at it. Or it's more Gamers Nexus going at LMG, but it's been a while. I feel like my friends are fighting. I'm like, calm down. I'm just like, don't fight. Don't fight. LTT plus the employee issues. Yeah. And you know, it's just like, it's so hard to really comment on that stuff. You know, employee issues. So many people aren't happy at work, getting work done. Whose fault that is, if it is it's just like, can you imagine even 15 years ago, people being like, this feels like a really toxic work environment to me, and I feel like that's a problem, and you guys should change it. Like what they would say. They'd be like, get back to, shut up and get back to work. Let's give peace a chance, eh? I have time blindness. That's an interesting term. I've never heard that turn of phrase. Sounds like my clientele. Yeah, exactly. Just like, really think that this is a toxic work environment, and that my safe spaces aren't being respected. I'm not, I don't have a problem with it. It's just, you have to be able to comment on the turn of, or, the changes in social practices. It's probably for the better in many cases, but it's still interesting. Still interesting. Here's your participation trophy. Get to work. Yeah. I mean, it's just like why that Oliver Anthony song is going wild. Great song. It is a great song. I mean, he's a great artist, singer-wise and all that. But I kept watch no builds tonight. Not on this show. I try not to build on this show. That's a Friday night thing. Like last Friday, we worked on it's up top there, the SCX10 Pro, and we took the stock rear axle out of it, and we put a F10 portal in the back, and to add the clearance, add some overdrive as well. And I think that setup is going to make me like that truck a lot more. I think that's going to be a big improvement. So that's something that I'm looking forward to getting back out on the rocks. They need to bring back All in the Family and Sanford and Sons. All in the Family. Which one was that? I don't know if I remember that one. What was Al Bundy? Was that All in the Family? Somebody remind me. I don't feel like I remember that correct. Archie Bunker. Ooh, yeah, I didn't watch that one. That one might have been, is way before your time, Josh. Ah, okay. Married with Children. That's, yeah. Family, children, you know, that's Married with Children. That was my time. That was a great show. Don't forget the Jeffersons. I never watched that one either. Sanford and Son I never watched. You know, there was like a lot of those on like Nick at Night that I watched growing up, but Josh is still young. Not that young, but you know. Yeah, Nick at Night was like Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke and some of those, you know, they were maybe a little I Love Lucy, but I watched a lot of those old shows. Josh Splendlove, hey, what's going on, sir? Long time. October 21st, we are having a buggy comp here in Arizona. If you're in the area, sponsored cash comp with buggy classes and a C2 class. I love the idea of a buggy comp. Buggy comp is super rad. I hope you guys have great luck with that, Josh. And it's something I would love to see that here. Like true tube buggy only, no frame rail, no flat rail. Like, got to be a tube buggy. I'd be interested to hear or see what rules you put together for it. That's super rad. You'll have to. So if you're in somewhere in Arizona, I think. I mean, I know that I ran into you, Josh, at in Phoenix at the Off-Road Expo. So I assume you're in the Phoenix area. I'm sure that he is in Phoenix. That's pretty cool. I think that's. I hope you guys get some coverage of that. Mini Moab in Phoenix. There you go. That's pretty sweet. I love I love tube buggies. You know, they're not as competitive as full-on comp trucks, but they're just, you have to appreciate them. You know, and you can even buy some of them now. So like, hey, no excuse. You can still do it. Woods Runners participating. That's sick, Ben. I dig it. We have Mini Moab here in Utah. We also have full-size Moab. I've been to Mini Moab in Utah, David, and I've also been to full-size Moab in Utah. The Mini Moab just there outside of Salt Lake City is a super rad place. I've got a bunch of video from there that I think it's on my phone actually. We had bombers out there, 6 or 8 of us, the 801 RC guys, and just hucking them up and down ledges, and jumping over cars and breaking them, and so good. Sandrail style solid axle buggy sounds sweet. I mean, anything solid axle sounds sweet to me. Like really, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Yes, they're trying to get some of these out-of-state buggies to show up. I mean, I get what you're trying to go with the cash comp thing, with that part of it. I personally, I don't like the cash comp stuff. I get it, but at the same time, I feel like it has I get how it sounds like the draw, but I feel like there's some people who know that they might have a chance of winning, and then the rest of it feel like it might have just sucked some of the fun out of it for me. So I usually like to see the option. I'd rather see like the pool of money raised get it just put into like buy some raffle stuff that can go to anybody. I don't know. It's my thought with the cash stuff. You know, cash racing, I get it. But the cash comp side, I never liked as much. Were you hanging out with Mike from West Valley? Yep. Mike, and it was Mike and Forrest and Dino, Kyle, a bunch of those guys. I can't remember who all was there, but I'd have to go back and look at video at that time. But we did that, and then we went up to Ken Block's shop and got a tour through that. That was sweet. Airwolf and A-Team. I don't know that I watched either of those, really. Dollar Dash needs to come back to Axios. Dollar Dash is pretty sick. I do like that. That's fun. Like you make a course that's doable but kind of fun and weird, and then it goes through. Dollar Dash I like that better than Cash Comp. So Cash Comp series, 5 guys trading $20 over a 6-month period. I really wanted to get into no prep, but I couldn't allow myself to buy an RC, throw 90% of it away, spend my kids' college fund to maybe not wreck. I mean, let's not talk too much about the buy an RC and throw 90% of it away. Like, let's cut that out, because a lot of us do that in different ways at different times. But the rest of it, I totally agree. Is the Ender 3D printers worth buying for our first printer? Absolutely. Buy it. Ender 3, whatever it costs. I know they just came out with a new one. Whatever it is, buy a printer. Enders are like, they're cheap, but they'll get the job done. Huge user group to help you figure out an issue if something happens. But more than anything, it'll get you interested in 3D printing. There's the buy once, cry once method, which I fully support if you can. But if like, sometimes that's just not feasible, like, just period. And it's like, I could wait another year or 2 before that I'm going to be able to do that, then, like, no, buy the cheap one now and just do it. Buy the cheap one now, go to my Thingiverse, download all the free stuff I have on there, and sell it to your local guys. Don't put it on a website and try and sell it, but sell it locally, just as it is, with my logo on it, whatever. I don't care. Sell it locally, try and make your money back. And then you have a free 3D printer from free files. I'm giving you permission to do that. Do it, make your money back, and just get into 3D printing. Like, or put the files, or sell the files online, or, the parts online, whatever it is. Leave my logo on it, but just sell them. I know it says you can't on Thingiverse or whatever. Just do that. Don't care. If I put them up there, I assume that people are going to make them and sell them. Whatever it is. Get a 3D printer. It's so much, there's so much you can do with it. Just do it. You can make your money back quickly. A $200 or $300 3D printer, you can sell that little stupid crap that I made on all those STL Sundays. $5 a piece, $10 a piece, whatever it is. Where do I find your free parts, Josh? Well, no. If you go to any of my regular videos, any regular video I put up, and you scroll all the way to the bottom of the description, there's a link at the bottom that says Harley Designs Thingiverse. You can go on there, and I probably have, I don't know, 50 or more like scale accessories of just like random stupid stuff that we did. Maybe it's 20 of them. I don't know. But there's a bunch of stuff on there. You can go find any of that stuff and print away. And it's just easy stuff to print in case you want to learn something or figure something out, whatever it is. There you go. My buddy makes decent money selling articulated dragons. Oh, for sure. Some of that stuff, there's some, I don't think that everybody is saying, hey, you can resell my design. But, hey, whatever it is. Print and sell scale swords. I hear people love them. That's interesting. I had no idea. But, get a 3D printer. If you have any, I'm not saying, if you don't have any interest in doing it, then don't do it, because it can be a pain in the ass at times. But, if you have any interest, dive in. Never been a better time. The printers now are so good in comparison to where they were when I got my first one in like 2012. So, like, just get in there. I went to a Flying J truck stop with a tube of chapstick and a smile. Yada, yada, yada. Free 3D printer, laptop, mini fridge. And one of them Bluetooth headsets. Like, Joker 510714. New STL Sunday stream idea. 2.2 loaded dice, weight hanger wheels. Post the file online, I'll sell. 2.2 loaded dice, weight hanger. Oh, weight hanger and wheels. To 3D print, man, I don't know that I would trust those wheels in a 3D print. Plus, I wouldn't want to just like replicate what they did on the robots. Like, while it's a very easy part to design, what has more money making potential? 3D printer or 3D or CNC router? Oh, CNC router, Ben. 100%. I mean, well, no, I still say CNC router. CNC router can cut parts so fast in comparison. Like additive machining or additive manufacturing, as they call it, 3D printing, it's limited on its money making. It can do okay. You gotta have a lot of machines. You could probably have one CNC router, like the size that we have, and outproduce money-wise 20 3D printers, depending on, originality of design of 3D printed stuff and things like that. But same goes with the parts that you're machining. You have to have a good design, but man, a CNC router, which is the easiest CNC you can get and make, and make parts with. And you can get a CNC router, a decent size one, for $1,200 to $1,400, and I bet you could make 2 or 3 times that a month in parts if you wanted to hustle it. And I like, with easy enough to design parts, that I think that most people could do it. Because the CNC router, you're limited on style of design and materials and things like that. But if you hustled it, you could make good money every month if that was your goal. I mean, it would be a job, but you could do it. And it's just, a lot of us don't necessarily need another job. Can you CNC router a decent scale motor with some assembly? Ooh. That would be tough. Depending on what the material would be. Like, if you wanted to use, you could use, like, there's a material called like precision board. Precision board is a foam type that is excellent for machining. It comes in different densities, and you could 3D machine it to have a lot of detail and all that, but it wouldn't be. I don't think that would be the ideal type of thing. You could be your own flat rail company with a CNC router. That's all that a lot of these flat rail companies are, is just a CNC router, which is perfectly reasonable, perfectly fine. Brazen Scale makes a ton of flat rail chassis with a regular CNC router, but there's a side of running the machine, there's a side of designing it, and then there's the side of running a business. You have to be able to do all of those. So it's work. But what problems can 3D printers typically have? I mean, clogging and jamming. If you have a real bad issue, it can, like, I've had a catastrophic issue before. That was the demise of my Prusa, as some of you saw back in the day. And then there's, of course, just like failed prints and stuff, but that's no big deal. You just throw it away and start over. So 3D print GoPro mounts for various controllers. I mean, the applications are endless. It's really just up to your design style. You can be as ridiculous as a tactical radio, but you could also do things that aren't ridiculous as well. Now, I also have to say that I don't like radio mounted GoPros. Never been a fan. It's not how I film ever. But some people like them. So if that was your thing, again. So it was funny because on Friday night's stream, I think my keyboard died. Yeah, my keyboard died, and I was like, shit. It's like, I don't have any batteries in here. And I think it was Adam Tebben. He's like, try the tactical radio over there. It's like, oh. That's a museum grade piece right there. I feel like I should sell this. I should just auction this off. Because for one, you know, like the files and things like that, I'm like, I don't want to encourage this type of behavior. So I don't know that I'm going to put the file. But I also don't know if you can get this light that I used anymore. That's the other thing. Like, I don't even know if it's that, the ratchet. Oh, that was... I didn't bring my backpack in here. I got other things in the mail that I forgot about. I need that in my cabinet. It needs a battery refill. Oh, I know. I got to put another one back in it now. Looks like a stream light. Oh, it's well, it's not, but I wonder if it's a... It looked like... Hold, please. Do I have the other one? It came in a 2-pack. It might be out in the garage. Oh, no, there it is. So it came in a 2-pack. There was this one here, and then there was this one. So it's just this is a smaller version, obviously. So as you can see, narrower, wider, taller, blah, blah, blah. But these are Worklight brand work lights. I don't remember where these came from. Oh, I'm pretty sure that they were just Amazon, but that's dead. The Tactical 2.0 will need a laser protractor. You know, like I think more like someone was saying, like a laser pointer so that you can tell what rocks you're telling people to hit. And a mini soldering iron. Ooh, I think I'm not going to make this a trend of making tactical radios. Unless I do, and it's just a bi-yearly thing. But, I mean, the ergonomic radio, or the ergonomic steering wheel, it's probably my proudest moment. Because it is so comfortable. Like, that's the deal. And the steering is actually pretty good too. Do I have the other one? I made one the other day. Is it in here? No. I made another one the other day for a different radio, but evidently I put it somewhere else. I have a radio problem. How is the tip holding up to the new soldering iron setup? On the, what's this called? Thermaltronics. I mean, so far, great. It's in good shape. It cleans off easy. That Thermaltronics soldering station is just the nicest thing ever. It makes soldering so enjoyable now. Make a mount for a bullhorn for yelling directions at Matt. I need one with the actual like detachable walkie-talkie. Wait, is it Friday? I know. Matt, really? That's okay. Next week, episode 180. 180 freaking episodes of this show. So nuts. Put a small fan on the controller and take my just need one of the misting fans. So terrible. What a ridiculous project this was. But I did giggle most of the time while doing this thing. Oh yeah. Oh, the chapstick's over here. As I say, there's like, I think I took the chapstick off. I definitely was going to use it. I needed it one day. I was like, can't take it off. It needs to stay on there. The fan on the rail would be nice. Yeah. Don't do these things. Although I feel like I should take the miniature utility knife. I was like, that's actually kind of handy. I was like, I feel like I need that. Like having a tiny little utility knife. I'm like, well, that's kind of fun. Came with extra blades. Not that I ever like to change out my razor blades. The speed bit driver is my favorite part. Dude, this little driver, yeah. It's actually a useful thing. Like having this on the trail would not be the worst thing ever. So the speed bit holders on the top, like if this was actually a thing, I'd probably want to like revisit that, maybe, you know, encompass things a little bit tighter, that type of stuff. But that's I need that little driver. I know. It's at the whatever that store is called, freaking Harbor Freight, and it comes with these little bits that I took off and didn't use. Couple of Torques, which are never the size that you actually need. Where do you mount the vape pen? I'm just gonna maybe like just a hookah. Like you put that there and you just have your hose. Vape hookah? I don't know. Just gonna wind my own coils and take them. What's to a pull? Useless absurdity or utility everyone needs? You know what? I don't want to burst my own bubble with how much time I wasted, so I don't want to do that. Attach the Pro Moto gyro to it so that it always stays upright. And then just a big battery also to run that thing. Why can't it be both? I know. A straight up bong attachment. I mean, I am in California. I guess that would be... I don't think there's restrictions on that stuff anymore. I don't really know, though. I don't know. Needs a rangefinder. I like that. I like that a lot. Let Josh feel like he successfully did something for the people. Oh my God. Yeah, that's let's call it for the night. I have a video that I need to adjust or delay, one or the other, which I have to decide on how or what I'm going to do. So that's a whole nother conversation. Oh, Williams Lake Scale Off-Road. Thank you very much. Even Josh just tuned in, getting ready to head out in the morning for RC Palooza this weekend. Thanks for trying to help me out on the winch control. I finally got it. Wish that would have been an easier solution for you at the time. I believe RC Palooza, that's up in Oregon. Is it Oregon or Washington? I don't remember. But I do remember looking at it and be like, ooh, that could be fun. There's still light outside, John. It's diminishing quickly. I don't know. We missed the 10 p.m. alarm. Not here. It is 7:51. We missed Matt's, though. I agree. Logged on late. Did you discuss the cool Datsun by Associated? I didn't discuss it. And honestly, I didn't see it. I saw it for a second in Tony's live stream the other day, last night, but that was it. I guess I can look it up real quick. So, yeah, it's funny. It's like I didn't see it pop up on social media at all. Associated Electrics. Electrica. That's not what I meant. There we go. Team Associated. It's been everywhere. Yeah, I didn't see it anywhere. So there we go. So yeah, on the Apex 2, what I expected. The Apex 2 Sport line. 3S capable. Is there anything about the budget friendly? It says. So yeah, overall, I mean, Datsun pickup stuff looks pretty cool. It's got a big wing on the back. Fender flares look interesting, or the sticker style is interesting. Let's see. I think the look of it overall is cool. Let's just look quickly though. What does... Ooh. So it is $359 still. I don't know. And it's brushed, right? How did you do it? Yeah, I don't know. $359 seems still a little high for those, or is it if it's brushless, then that's great. No, it is brushed. It is brushed. So $359, still a little high on those Apex 2s, but I think that body looks great. I mean, you know, you have to like old mini trucks or Datsuns, things like that, but I do like them. I'm not like huge mini trucker, but I still think that it's cool to see. So yeah. What truck are you talking about? The Associated Apex 2 Datsun 620 RTR. So kind of a cool look, you know, slammed mini truck, not slammed, but it's got the old GTR, the 2000 style mirrors up on the fenders. Pretty sure that's not how those pickups came. So taking some JDM styling, throwing it in there. But yeah, I think that the sweet spot on that truck would have been $299. I think that would have been really nice to have it at $299. But I mean, it'll still sell. But in Japan, they were common. Huh. Factory or common to see? Rocket Bunny fender flares. Right. Yes. It's an interesting style. Rocket Bunny's got interesting... I get it. It's JDM, right? But anyway, let's thank some people and end this for tonight. Kevin, thank you to Kevin Nugent, Joker 510714, Thomas B. Elzick, Perry G, David Ferris, the RC Underdog, Josh Splenlove, and Williams Lake Scale. off-road. Much appreciated to everybody. Hope you have a good night. I'll see you in another day for Friday night if you're available. You know, if you don't have other plans, I'll understand if so. Yeah, hit the like button on your way out. Much appreciated. Matt will be back next week. I will be back next week. It will be the day before the day. I'll be nervous. But I'll be here. So, with that, again, thanks again. We'll see you next time.